Alex, 4-1 scoreline. How do you unpick that one?
If you make mistakes, you get punished against good teams. Ultimately, we had a 15-minute spell where in the first half where they showed their quality and caused us some problems in terms of that width that they got, and you know they get, listen, they're a possession-based team. They're going to have possession against you, but you can see two set pieces against a team that are free-flowing football. You don't do your job at a set piece if you don't mark and you give players time in the box, they score goals. And ultimately you come in at half time, and once they went 2-0, we sussed out what we had to do. Then we started to show stuff on the ball, but even then it was too many turnovers to keep giving the ball away. And then when you play a team like these and they break on you at pace, they've got good players in certain areas and they punish you. So second half, he changed it. Shots, crosses, but we're 2-0 down, and from the first half, and set pieces have caused us an issue because some of the players we've lost, and that size of the team is smaller, and the players we have available, and it's hurt us because we're normally so strong from those positions. But with the players that we've got, you've got to do your job. It doesn't matter, and if you don't do it, you get punished. And then second half, you get punished again for the third goal was a mistake, an air swing, and it goes straight to the lad with a goal in front of him. And then the fourth, I think Tay should save for sure. He should save the goal. So we have to look at it, and it's been a tough week in terms of results, but we've got a huge game on Saturday now to prepare for and get ready for, because you have to look back and we have to get better because it's been a really tough week.
We talked about clinicality in the past, haven't we? And you look at the stats, and Bolton had six shots. They scored 4 goals. It was that kind of game where you just felt that if you were watching that and popped out the loo or something whilst the goals were going on and came back in, you wouldn't sort of see that was the scoreline.
No, I think we've been saying for now, haven't we, about shots and scoring goals. Like, we know that, and we're looking at it, and we've got to improve that for sure, because we have to. Because you just to win games, you've got to score goals. But you look at it, and I think they've had 12 shots, or I think 6 on target and scored 4. I think we've had 16, 5 on target and scored 1. And we can look back, and we need to improve that. We need to score more goals. But we got punished today for mistakes, and when that happens, it doesn't matter what you do. If you concede those types of goals from set plays, you're giving yourself a mountain to climb against a team like this, and we can't allow that.
Not helped in that second half either. It looked like a clear penalty on Carl Piagiani. That's the opportunity to go 2-1 up. It's not given. A minute later, you're 3-0 down.
Yeah, it's a penalty. I think the one on Saturday wasn't. I think in the end, when you look back, the one on Prez wasn't, but that is. But for some reason, we don't get them here when we have those opportunities. But that goes 2-1, and all of a sudden, we're the same as when we scored. All of a sudden, belief, and we look like the team that's going to go on again, and we have a chance at the back post. We have shots. And you're thinking if one of these goes in, it's the comebacks there. But the minute you gather that gain that momentum, all of a sudden the ball ends up in the net, and again it's you can see the players, they obviously that confidence in getting back into the game drains because you concede another goal. So we have to look at that, and everyone does who's involved, because like I say, when you defend certain situations and crosses, they're gonna have the ball. Teams like this, that's what they are going to have, and it's about making sure that you're defensively solid. But also, when we win it, we've got to break and go forward and go and score goals. So we need to look at it as a group. That's staff and players, because we've got to learn quickly. And this is what this league does. If you go on a little run, all of a sudden you find yourself 3 for us, and we know that's unacceptable, and we've just got to make sure now that we react on Saturday.
Can you take positives in that it was a better performance than the last 2 games?
Yeah, listen, they're a good team, but we've been punished by mistakes. That's exactly what it is. And you know, we've got to make sure that we learn. But I think that what you saw, I think you saw a really good performance from Dan Kemp. Reedy looked like Reedy tonight. You know, and in behind and getting shots and turning away from people. But those positives have just, unfortunately for us, is again, you get punished at this level. When you play the top teams, you get punished, and that's what's happened tonight.
Reedy needs that goal, doesn't he?
He does, and the one that falls to him on the box when he's 1v1, he recent times he's been snatching at it and he passes it to Kempy and we get a shot away, and but he looked more like, you know, Reedy tonight in terms of his energy and his levels, and you know, we know we've got to get him goals. We've got to get him goals because he's, you know, everyone is. I'm not going to ever question their endeavour to try and work for each other, because in fact sometimes it's probably too much, and it's that, not desperation, but it is too much because they want to win. But if you give people like this an opportunity to go in front, you've then got to chase the game, and that's not any position you want to be in against a team like that.
Does your focus change a little bit for Guiseley now? Guiseley must be looking at it now thinking, hey, we must have a chance against this lot.
Our focus is exactly the same as what it is for any big game. Bolton guys, it's the same. We and it's even more so now because we understand where we are, and it's a big game. It's a huge game, but it was that, you know, 2 weeks ago when the draw got made, and we have to make sure that we approach it absolutely in the right manner, with the right mindset. That put this last week, dust ourselves down, put it to bed with a win, and get into the next round, and that's what we have to do.